Hello, Korbelz back here with you for some more live streaming of working on open Warlords missions. Tonight we're going to be working on Warlords 2. And we got our Warlords 2 to-do list up here. We'll go over it real quick. So, since our last stream working on this mission, the Arma public license share alike that got rejected. World size fix got rejected, but we're gonna add the world size fix to Redux core probably tonight, maybe. We currently have pull requests in for fix underwater objects and sectors, and currently running on my development server right now for the community. I have the heli fix code sitting on our new dedicated server. So I got a dedicated server up and running today. I swapped from TADS over to Faster, and Faster is such a good little mission. I can't see like a real-time console log, which is kind of a bummer, but I'm sure there's some way I could get a real-time console log. But yeah, I haven't messed around with it enough to get the console log up and running in real time. But that's okay. Oh, more importantly, we have a test server up that we can use, and I can view the RPT files, server-side RPT stuff, which is nice. Right, so those are those two PRs. Our to-do list is going to be fix side chat spam. We're probably not going to do this because we already have a couple PRs out. Edit loadouts. Loadouts. We actually already started this one. One of the other developers submitted a PR for this, and this actually overlaps. This uses the mission SQM file, and we already have a pull request right here on our mission SQM file, and I don't want to have over, and there's other developers working on stuff too, and I think one of them is also modifying the SQM, and I don't want to cause like future merge conflicts since potentially working on different files and all that. So I'm just gonna completely avoid any like future merge conflicts, especially since this fix is I think from like 2 weeks ago, and then I submitted it last week after my other two pull requests. So that's now a mission FQM file that's like 2 weeks old. So I gotta get that fixed before I start doing, or merged into the main branch before I start working on other stuff. So side chat spam, we're probably not gonna work on that tonight because we finally got some repo steps for the vehicle order in progress bug. So that's going to be kind of our goal tonight, and I'm 99% sure I know what I'll show you. Let me pull up a Github. Let's load out. So tell you what, I'm going to discard this change from the loadout. So this is where we were testing our loadout changes, but since that's already done, I'm going to go ahead and discard that. And let's do a quick, make sure none of my other projects. Sometimes during the day, I'll just randomly, if I have 5 spare minutes, I'll make little updates to stuff. Okay, I feel like we're in a good spot here. So let's open up VS Code. We're gonna have to go in and make a branch. A new branch for this stuff we're working on right here. So this is the line that is breaking everything right here. This set variable bis warlords is ordering false. So I'm about 99% sure this is what's breaking. This is the only Warlords mission that has this line in it. I don't know why it's there. And this is the server side. But if we go, I'll give you guys a quick rundown of why I think this is the line that's breaking everything. Go here, do a quick search. I was doing a search earlier when I was getting ready for work this morning. So you can see, so we have a couple client-side functions here. So I have order aircraft client-side, order defense, order vehicle, order air client-side. Then I have server-side, order defense, order ground, order naval. Oh, I can literally see the problem right now. Wait, maybe not. So order ground right there, so. Why is... These are named different. It's an odd choice. Okay, so order ground, he's probably including infantry in that. But you can see the client side, they all start with bis ordering true. And they all end down here after the object. Or after the function has gone through, they change it back to false. They're doing this in all of them. It's true, but they're only doing it client side. Just kind of like, why is this happening? This one, he has multiple places where they're doing false. And then when we get to the server side, they only ever have bis ordering false, not the bis ordering true up at the top. So that's going to be our, right now this is our best bet on what's causing this bug, is this last line in this code. Where's the second half? So this is the, if you order a man, it's set to false. So where's the, if you order a vehicle part? Okay, so we see an if statement right here, is if class man, so this would be your infantry. Then it has else statement, so this should be... Looks like order defense. Weird. I don't actually see where he's deploying the vehicle. So it's not a man, he's doing an else statement, and then it's creating a simple object of the type which has been ordered. And he's doing an 8-meter offset from the player. Why is it calling assembly? Like, so I'm guessing it must be passing it to handle client request, and handle client request must be sending it to the server side, which is actually doing the spawning right here. I guess that kind of makes sense. So what my guess is, maybe this is getting sent too fast. I don't know, but this is probably going to be our culprit right here. Is this right? So let's just go ahead and get started. Less talking, more doing. Steam. Hopefully I don't have any updates. But step one is, can we recreate this bug? Like, because that's going to be the biggest problem I see here. I have directions on how to repo this, but I have no idea if I'm going to be able to. If I can repo this locally, it's going to be ideal. But if we have to load it up on the server, it's no big deal either. Oh, we got to make a. So before we do anything, let's. We need to oh god, what have I done here? All right, here we go. Branch. We're gonna make a new branch. New branch. New branch name is going to be Vic order. Vic. Let's name it Vic's. Okay, we got a new branch connected there, and what I'm gonna do is go to so I need to figure out where this branch is. I think it's this. Yeah. So we're gonna go to main branch, fetch. Okay, these are all the. Should auto-populate here. Totally confused how I I got all my other branches. I should have wrote down how I did this. Oh. Let's close this super fast. I'm gonna try to open up this branch. A branch fix. Open up my GitHub desktop. Oh, whatever. We won't worry about it for now. We just won't do any commits, so I get that sorted. I might have to do that off stream. So let's pop open. Out here. Oh, Disney just made some huge investment into Epic Games today. It's a $1.5 billion investment I saw. The news was trying to spin it off as a gaming investment, but it really wasn't, because they so Epic makes the Unreal Engine, and they're using the Unreal Engine for like the Mandalorian stuff, do live backgrounds. I think Disney wants to like expand the like live background tech instead of using green screens. So that investment was like purely to do probably like film and TV stuff. But the news was like, oh, Disney's investing in gaming. Like, I think the headline on like the news channel I saw was Disney invests $1.5 billion into Fortnite. I was like, dude, that's the stupidest thing ever, dude. Disney is not investing into Fortnite. They're investing into the Unreal Engine for film production. Right, so let's open up our scenario. Okay, the directions provided to me. Let's pull this up. Huh, I missed them. Just checking the bugs. Okay, so the repo steps, they spawned into the game. So they say they're buying a Quillen. Okay, so people are saying as soon as they spawned in. So we're going to play and then we're going to spawn Quillens. Or some other like low-cost vehicle, they said. And that should cause the bug.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector. Select sector.
Guess the Prowler works just the same as...
Sector selected.
try the hunter. We'll try this one more time. Try with the offer this time.
Action cancelled. Action cancelled. Action cancelled.
Is it taking my CP away? Oh, okay, it doesn't.
Action cancelled.
That's actually good. So there was an old bug. Cancel things. Okay, so we'll try OPT4 real quick since that was the actual vehicle they said they were having a problem with.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector. Select sector.
This.
Sector selected.
Okay, so we'll restart the server one more time and we'll join OPT4. Think. Hey, what? So right now we can't recreate this locally, so I will load this mission up on the dedicated server and I'll try again. I don't think doing multiple restarts is gonna do us any good here. So bring the server down. Hopefully nobody's on it. Okay. Cool, got it off GitHub, extracting it onto the server. I need to do some renaming here. Telebranch. I just went ahead and grabbed the actual main branch instead of my local branch. It's Okay, server's booting up. So let's go. Okay, we're just letting it, it's doing its auto init right now. There we go. So we should be able to jump in, jump on Op4, and immediately try to get a vehicle.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector. Select sector.
Oh.
Sector selected.
Oh, asset limit reached today. Okay, so let's leave the server and then we'll come back and try it again. Let's just go jump on Blue 4, see if we can make it happen on team switching is disabled. Okay. We're gonna disconnect. A sector's already been attacked. So I should be able to get, this time I should be able to get in even faster. See if this is like an initialization issue, maybe?
Warlords protocol initialized.
Well, tell you what, we'll leave and we'll try it one more time just using ATs. Maybe that's the one they're using. No, they would, at the start of the game, they'd be using minigun. We'll disconnect, try one more time. I'm just gonna let me change. Should give me a black screen saying you can't change teams. There we go.
Warlords protocol initialized. Enemies incoming.
Tell you what, we'll try Arsenal. Okay. This is what one of the guys said he did. He said he used the Arsenal. Well, okay, so can't get that to work right there. So what we're gonna try to do, we're gonna see if we can force induce this error. by changing the code. Okay, so we're going to go in here and we're going to change this to ordering vehicles. We're going to change, we're intentionally going to try to break this code. Setting this to true. We'll set this one. So I can see what's going on here. This code right here. So this is attaching the simple object to the player, which is the little model we see in the game. I wonder if its type of man includes vehicles. It must. Does that mean infantry in this mission spawn on the ground too? Oh, here's the actual line that's... So what situation would you get in? Seriously, I have no idea why this is a... I want to find a way to intentionally break this. Set that to true. If I can... So after I've ordered the first vehicle, my create my is ordering variable should get stuck to true server side.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector. Select sector.
Okay, sweet. So I was able to force the error. That's good.
Sector selected.
So now what happens if I just remove this check altogether? So we know what the problem is now. So when that variable is getting stuck to true, it is causing an error, but getting it stuck to true is the problem. So in the ordered vehicle pipeline, this is the only place it gets set to true. So get rid of that. I would have to get rid of this in all the places, but for the sake of our test, we're only going to do this right here. We want to see if this... Because what has me confused why this is here is no other Warlords mission has this. So I'm trying to figure out where this... What was the original cause of this, so... This is one of those things, like the obvious, I just found, since I was able to induce it, now I know how to get rid of it, but the problem is if I get rid of this check, what was this check doing? The previous maintainer didn't.
Select sector.
Oh, previous maintainer didn't tell me why this check was here, so... Let's try infantry.
Sector selected.
Infantry spawn? Oh, this makes so much more sense. I didn't realize infantry spawned next to you on this mission. That's why there was like no parachute code or anything.
Select sector.
I legitimately have no idea what that check is doing. Because we literally just removed the check. Is there... So, what would concern me by removing this if BIS ordering true was anywhere in this code? Checking to see if BIS ordering is true. I would be concerned about removing this, but it's not. The only place anything is checked is this is the purchase menu availability. And the only check it does in the code is to see that player BIS get variable ordering is false. Another order is in progress. I have no idea why this line of code is here. And it's not documented anywhere why this... So if I remove this, Let's go test. Because this is the only reason. Okay, so what I've done here, I completely removed the check. So that way we can do this, and we're going to go in a game where we're going to see what happens. If this happens, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this code as is, because I don't want to actually, since there's no documentation on why this code is here, I'm going to leave it, even though I think it's literally just a waste, like setting variables and getting variables that aren't required. Actually, no, I'm going to comment all these out. I'm literally getting rid of this check completely. I'm going to leave the code in the mission, but let's go back and make sure we do a full update here.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector. Select sector.
We're going to go through and try to spawn at least one of every item that we can at the sector. Yeah, you see not having
Sector selected.
group of maximum size. Okay.
Select sector.
Okay, we spawned one of every single item. Didn't cause any issues at all. So this may just been a check that was added at some point during the development and was never actually removed when it was no longer needed. I mean, I do this kind of stuff on my missions all the time. Like, I'll add a check that makes a ton of sense at the time that I added it, but I completely forget that I added the check, and later on when I come up with better code or I find a better way to do things, I never remember to go back and check it until something weird like this happens. And then I go back and look at my code, and I'm like, oh, that was like, why did I do that kind of thing? It was. Okay, so now we're gonna fully remove this, and we're gonna document why we're doing this. So. Okay, purchase asset, C line 149. Line 149. And purchase. Availability. Totally spelled function wrong there, but okay, so we have our documentation on this. Go through, remove all this. And I'm going to copy and paste this into all the files that use this. Oh, I gotta go back and add those. Okay, so let's go one by one and actually this one I could just put on the bottom. Okay, cool. Okay, here we go. So, okay, we've now removed all references to this completely. Load up the mission and do a quick test. And I already know it's going to work, but we'll test it anyways. We're going to jump into the game and we'll order one item for every single menu in the game. And what I'll do is I'll try to get this, see if I can get this branch thing fixed real quick so I can test it on my dedicated server.
Warlords protocol.
Although none of this
initialized.
code is really
Voting for the next sector. Select sector. Sector selected. Select sector. Select sector.
Okay, cool. So I did one of every item. I did arsenal, then I went backwards and did one of every item the other way. This does not cause any errors at all. So I think this was just a legacy check that never got removed. Well, problem solved. Cool. And I'll do a quick post up on Github. Okay, I'm just typing some stuff out to the other devs so they know what's up. Oh, we did something cool. Good, yay. So, alright, now is a good time. I'm gonna take a quick AFK break. We've been streaming almost exactly an hour. And we will try to figure out the whole branching issue here and all that jazz and see if I can get this pushed up to GitHub. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Enjoy the tunes. So, and it's kind of important that we get the branch thing done because I need to get this onto GitHub, get the branch onto my dev server, and give it a test on the dev server. So, I'll be back in a few. Okay, we're back. Okay, so let's jump on. See if we can figure out why my branches are not working here. May end up having to copy all these files over to a new branch. So normally my branch would be like right here. Tell you what, just to be safe, we're gonna do something. Tell you what, we're gonna back up this entire repo here real quick. I think copy. Okay, we have all our changes backed up right here. And I think what I'm gonna do is close GitHub desktop here. Okay, I'm on my Vic branch and I'm going to download this as a zip. Which I'm gonna try opening it on GitHub desktop first. See if I can Ah, there we go. There's the... Bring my changes. Ah, yes, see? Haha. They thought of this. So I was doing... So this little screen, in case you guys can't see this, is I'm switching branch. So what I did, I went to VS Code. Then I opened up the file in GitHub desktop again. And then under the branches, my current branch, there was a new origin Vic, which is what I was trying to get done earlier. But now it came up. And so all these changes are currently in master branch, but since I just opened up a new branch, it gives me a menu here. I can leave them on master branch, or I can bring them over to origin Vic. And I'm gonna click that, and boom. Okay, and something important here is always discard this mission FQM. Because you can see here, things changed, but it didn't do anything at all. So you always want to discard that so you don't upload your mission SQM if you didn't actually make changes to it. And then we're going to go through okay, fixed vehicle order in progress. So now we have this up on GitHub. What I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over here to my dedicated server. And I'm going to turn it off real quick. Hop on GitHub, do a quick refresh. I'm going to download this code. To extract it onto my dedicated server. Go to this as Vix. Alright, dedicated server is starting up. There it is, and it's already done its init. Go.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector. Select sector.
And once we get this done, what we're gonna do, once we check to make sure everything works, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run through and I'm gonna order every single item in the game. And then I'm gonna grab an arsenal, then I'm gonna go the other way and I'm gonna grab every item that I can order. And then once that's done, we're going to go look at my client RPT file, and then I'm going to look at the server RPT file just to make sure everything is Gucci. And at that point, we'll submit a pull request. And probably call it a stream, because I only got literally a single beer tonight. So it's... Okay, first up is we'll do a Viper operative. Him.
Select sector.
Yeah, we'll do something not so big. that tent was a bad idea. I didn't realize how big that tent was going to be. Oh, insufficient funds? Not anymore.
Select sector.
Okay, there we go. So now what we need to do, we need to go look at RPT files, see what we got. Arma 3 RPTs. If you're ever doing mission development and you have not like bookmarked this file, this is a lifesaver. So we're at 1:21 a.m. I'll get this bigger so you guys can see it on stream. And wrong color format any. We're gonna go take a look at that. We'll save that for next week. Tell you what, we'll add this map thing. So we already know this wrong color format any is a map. Oh, look at that. So ref to non-network object. I fixed this in all of the other Warlords missions. So what this is doing, it's dang, I can't remember how to explain it anymore. But if you create the item only, well, I guess you kind of need it if it's a defense item. So in other Warlords missions where I have carriers and I have docks spawned in and stuff, I was getting tons of these messages for the carriers and all the associated stuff that was coming along with it. And what I did, since those were static objects that were not meant to be interacted with like in any real way, like you can't damage them, what I did is I set them, I think, to local only and something else. There's a couple settings you could do in the thing, and it gets rid of this error since it's not broadcasting, trying to broadcast status to all the other players constantly. Because if like all the ramps I have with the carriers and stuff, it would, if you don't make it a non-network object, I think I'm explaining that wrong, but whatever. There's a way you can take it off the network. So players JIP, when they join in progress server, they get the objects, and then the objects are static. These defense items are a little bit different, so I probably couldn't take them off the network. But yeah, this wrong color format, that's definitely a thing we need to no idea what any of this is. These are all characters. Oh. You know what? I think when they added in all the new player slots, they didn't just do a mass copy and paste, because these look like player slots. Yeah, in fact, Bravo 35, that was the one I was using in a YouTube video I just made today. That's funny. Okay. We can fix that. That's okay. That's a fixable. And it's only an initial startup thing. It's okay. Instead of copy and pasting the units they had already on the mission, I think they tried to set them up themselves and they just set up something wrong. That's fine. It's no big deal. That is an easy fix. Okay, cool. So that's the client-side RPT. So now I'm going to go look over here on the dedicated server. And I'm going to check the RPT files for my server here. And we're at February 8th, 1 a.m. Yep. Okay, this is looking good so far. Okay, in fact, I can like exactly match up. Where was? Yeah, I can literally exactly 1-for-1 match up some of these spawned items. Okay, so at 119.49 is when I spawned the sector. So we go 119.49. Yeah. Oh, these were the ones I spawned. So he's not seeing the server side. Okay, so this client is not seeing the server side, but these were the two characters I just spawned. Whoa, they have a ton of these objects not found error on the server. Oh. That probably... How big of an issue is this? I'm looking at, earlier I had the server up for a couple hours. Okay, 12:35. Yeah, I think that's when I'm just checking logs on servers and stuff. Okay, interesting. So this object not found, it's purely a player thing whenever a player is logged in the server. Okay. Okay, cool. So we have a fairly clean RPT file. Not a 0 RPT file, but it's pretty clean. Pretty clean. All things considered. Has all the standard convex, all silly other errors, but yeah, that's mostly an engine related thing. So I'm gonna take down this and I'm gonna put the heli code back up. And we're gonna, when the server comes back up, we're gonna jump on it real quick just to make sure it's initialized correctly. And then we'll work on this pull request. And we'll call it a stream. I plan on streaming tomorrow night. Tomorrow night I'm gonna do more like Maverick, Miller Edition, Open Warlords, Redux type stuff. So I think we're going to mostly focus tomorrow night on Maverick. I want to get the airplanes starting in the air, flying, and we'll reduce the cost of the airplanes a bit. Since Warlords Maverick seems to be the most popular mission on the Open Warlords test server, which has a total of 30 mission and map combos if you're ever interested in testing it out. But yeah, Warlords Maverick is definitely the most popular one. So I think if I can get the jets spawning in the air instead of people in the reduced cost of everything, it'll be a little, you'll have players bouncing off it a little bit less, because really the only way to kill stuff in sectors is with airplanes and helicopters. So I think I should reduce the cost of stuff to be super low. Well, let's try Blue 4. We've been doing, I think, Op 4 this entire time. Oh, this is the heli. Yeah, this is the heli. Okay, this is heli fix.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector. Select sector. Select sector.
Oh no, I can't fast travel over there. Boo. Tell you what, let's just spawn 10 Hurons in and see what happens.
Select sector.
We know there's literally not going to be any problems here, but just for the lulls, we'll do it.
Select sector. Select sector. Select sector. Select sector.
Yeah, I think I'm proving my point with the Hurons. But you know what I should do on this code? I should set this to... Yeah, I tell you what, we're gonna do something. We're gonna do something crazy. I'm gonna open up this mission. We're gonna shut the server down. I'm gonna open this up. This is one of those danger mode things. You generally, what I'm about to do, you do not want to do. So we're gonna look for EU. Oh, I need to open up the right folder. So I am making a local change only on the machine that has the world is So what I'm doing is I'm opening up the mission on the machine that has the dedicated server. And I'm making a change that's only going to be on the dedicated server. Okay, so what I did was actually, while I'm here, I'm gonna do some other stuff here. Improve. Like fish. There we go. Select dark theme. Nice. Okay, I got the I have the exact same So what I did, I changed the only starting at an airport, only starting at a helipad zone. So and I got that saved. Refresh this. So now when I jump on the server, we should start at just updating Discord here real quick. Okay, so we got the Korbelz server. It's auto-initialized.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector. Select sector.
Okay, let's restart this. Technically, this is a heliport, so I want to get a actual heliport though. So double check to make sure I got this code correct here. Okay, code is correct.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector.
Seriously?
Select sector.
Okay, let's do a quick test. Local. Yeah, technically this is a edge zone, but how do I exclude the... or whatever, or we just keep restarting the server until we get something we want. Takes forever to do this, but... I feel like there's probably a way I can code this to exclude A. But we'll just keep letting it roll like this, it's fine.
Warlords protocol initialized.
There we go.
Voting for the next sector.
Ooh.
Select sector.
This is an airport? Okay, this is only a helipad zone. Ah, it's not a helipad zone I want though. We will solve this. Should probably just like hard code a particular base for testing, but that would be the smart thing for me to do right now, is just hard code a particular base. And I want to do this as blue for because I want to make sure I get one of the crappy.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector. Select sector.
Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna jump on, we're gonna mess around with the code on my other screen real quick. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to try to exclude zones that have A in them. Okay. So I'm doing something even doubly stupid now. So I'm writing an and not condition. Okay, so what I did, I changed the old code, which just used to be if H in services, get can be base. I've now changed it to if H in services and not A in services, get can be base. So this might completely nuke the mission since I don't have any way to debug over here on this dedicated server. Or it might be amazing. I'm just tired of getting airports in there. When I eventually rewrite all this, I'm gonna... See, the problem is with rewriting this, I'll never be able to do this for the actual Warlord or some vet guys because they've already rejected my initial change on this mission file because I was trying to make it work on other maps. So now I'm trying to add better ways for admins to rapidly test things, and that they're going to reject that too. So it's only going to be a Warlords war thing. Oh, it started up. Gotta wait for it to initialize. And considering it hasn't crashed or errored out, I must have wrote that code correctly. First time with no help.
Warlords protocol initialized. Voting for the next sector. Select sector.
Nice. Oh crap, it worked. Yeah! Dude, I'm a genius. But now I gotta copy this code and make sure I document it somewhere. Where do I have multiple accounts here? Shit, I can't. Hang on, I'm just trying to document some code here. Okay. Are we happy with this one? This is kind of already know stuff works in the zone. Oh, but they're only 2 away from Sagadisi. Hell yeah, let's do that. Oh yeah. People can hop on and they can just go take Sagadisi if they want to and test it out.
Sector selected.
Server is done and set up. We'll spawn in some Hurons just for the lulz.
Select sector. Select sector. Select sector. Select sector.
Oh, we got an explosion. Yay. Ooh, I can already see what he hit. Right, this right here. Wonder if that's not an object in the... Oh. Now the problem is I have a wreck here, which is probably... Okay.
Select sector.
His rotor's gonna clip that thing. This is gonna be annoying. Really, this is the size of the rotors on this thing. Okay, so they have the really big stuff set to...
Select sector.
Yeah, the rotor's not being included in the bounding box is a problem with this thing. This seems to be like the spot that it wants to spawn in at. And when I start it up, it's gonna clip. Will it though? Oh, that's why it spawned it there. The rotors don't actually clip. Oh, well, isn't that fancy? Okay, so we know that one's not actually going to clip, even though it looks like it's going to.
Select sector. Select sector.
So here's where the next one blew up. So we had that one right there, the one right there, the one right there, and then when we spawn the next one, it tried to spawn and it spawns on top of that truck.
Select sector.
Yep, it did it again. So it sees that truck right there is not a collidable object.
Select sector.
There we go. Now we're getting something new. Kind of scared. We're gonna take a screenshot right here. Sufficient funds.
Select sector. Select sector. Select sector.
I don't even know where this new one spawned. Okay, cool. So we got one here on 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Cool. So I'm gonna bit of set this up. Let's do desktop. Another great bookmark to have. Arma 3 screenshots. So. Okay, so yeah. I think if I log out, it'll remove all these. I think. Let's test.
Warlords protocol initialized.
Yep. Nice. Cool. So test server's up and running, and let's go do that pull request. And I'll do this on stream just so you guys can watch. Normally I don't do the pull request on stream, but I will walk you guys exactly through how to do a pull request. Close down Arma here. It's 10 bajillion screenshots I have. So we'll leave GitHub this up, and what I want to do, I actually want to go to GitHub to pull this code. To figure out, I want to post this for the other devs. Sector server init. Okay. Okay, so function sectors init server. Okay, got that done. Now let's go to GitHub. Okay, and I'll pull this over for you guys so you can watch this. I'll zoom it in a little bit, and easier to view on stream. So right now I am sitting on Korbelz Warlords Redux. You can see it's forked from GamerDad Redux. So we are on a fork of the main branch, which is on EU11. So what I've done here, we're on this and we have branches, and we're currently on the vehicle branch. And I already have pull requests out for the heli and the underwater zone fix branch. I've not done a pull request for the loadout branch because it uses the mission FQM file, which overrides the underwater fix because they're on different branches. So if GamerDad or whoever the admin is accepted the underwater pull request, which is currently out, then later on they accepted the loadout fix where I have the original master branch mission FQM, which doesn't modify the zones, but it modifies the loadouts. That would cause a problem. I don't want to do that. So that's why we're not submitting the loadout fix. But we're currently on the vehicle branch where we've pushed all our things, and we can go here, we can look at our commits just to double check. And Vic order in progress bug fixed, and we can see all our code that we submitted earlier via GitHub. So we can go back all this. Go back to our code section here and double check that we're still on our vehicle branch. And it gives you a big warning here. Vic has a recent pushes 45 minutes ago. Cool. You can compare and pull a request. That's what we're gonna do. Zoom. Okay. So now this is where we do our money making, because not only do I need, this is kind of your salesmanship section, but I have to go to the bathroom and I'm going to finish this drink and I'll be right back, and we'll do this pull request to end the stream out. All right, we're back. So, as I was saying, this is a bit of where you do salesmanship. This one is actually such a critical bug. I'm not really worried about trying to sell it, but I've already typed out a bunch of description code. Put some little quotations around this. So, and since a lot of missions these days, this one included, have live feeds of their GitHub changes, you can actually do a little bit of just to let the general population education. To let the general population know, because if they're in Discord, they're going to see this and they're going to like look at this, and this is going to be the section that gets displayed to them. Going to be like, so by doing this, you actually can, you know, be like, oh, they'll be like, oh, that's why that was happening. And it also helps, like, the smarter your general population is about what's going on behind the scenes, the better they get at reporting bugs, because it's not just something nebulous that they think's going on. They can be like, oh yeah, I remember this from the Discord. This is how the system works, and if it breaks again in the future, they can do much better bug reports. In the order menu, so I'm probably going to remove this part. Or we need to figure out so is ordering check in the order menu was doing nothing other than blocking. It is now removed. Dedicated server mode. Oh, do emojis. I know there's a way you can do emojis. It's got to be. Okay. Hang on, gotta figure out how to do emojis in how to do emojis in PRs. GitHub. How to do emojis. Apparently I'm the first person ever. Oh, nope. How do you add a gift to your pull request? There's some hilarious stuff here. PR commit emojis. Okay, let's go. Oh my god, GitHub emojis, please just... Okay, apparently I found an emoji cheat sheet. I need to search. Check. Oh, hey, I pasted it and it worked right away. Cha-ching! Okay, so we set a new standard here. Dedicated server code, check. Client side RPT, check. Server side RPT, check. And then we click create pull request. Yeah, branch has no conflict, so that's what you want right there. This big green mark. Oh, we did it, boys! So one thing we had on the table today, we even learned how to add emojis, which was actually probably way more important than the actually massive bug fix we just did. So I will see you guys tomorrow night, and we will be working on a bunch of other missions. I think we've done our due diligence for Warlords 2 this week. We will go have fun on our other missions tomorrow night. So see you then.